Testing, testing, bonk, bonk, bonk. Bonk Piernes. Is this thing on? Oh, there's me. Okay, welcome. Let's turn off this silly music. Thank you, intermission music. Hello guys. I am Mark W. as always. Welcome to another episode of our in-progress Nethack game. This is number 13. Could it be the unlucky number? We've had the samurai character, Konnichiwa, mwrynn, the human samurai. We've had this guy going for 12 previous streams now, where each stream was on average how many hours? I would say over 2 hours on average. So tonight might be a briefer stream. I'm getting started late. And, life's been busy, etc., etc. Usual excuses. Actually, on Thursday, I often take my son to do some volunteer work. He does it outdoors. He distributes food to people who need it. And it's very cold here in New York. It's, what is it, like, I think it's about 30 degrees maybe, with the wind chill, like gusts, wind chills of like, let me just look it up instead of making up. Yeah, 30 degrees. And with the wind chill gusts, it feels like 15. So he was outside doing that. And, that's kind of, yeah, that's cool. Sometimes he does it, sometimes he doesn't. Depends if he's got a lot of homework or whatnot. Anyway, Rob Bob, that's his name. He might actually come upstairs and say hi real quick, but I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, I'm planning on streaming maybe 90 minutes tops. If I get really wrapped up into the game, maybe 2 hours, but I'm gonna make sure I don't overdo it. I'm trying to be good and not screw up my sleeping schedule. When I'm consistent, things are better at home. Everything goes easier. I do my job better. My wife is less annoyed with me, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, kind of a relatively brief stream for my, compared to my usual streaming length where I go for like 3 to 4 hours. But anyway, let's recap. We had the samurai character. 2 streams ago, I made a horrible blunder in which I zapped myself accidentally with a wand of cancellation, which is a bad thing to do. It kind of cancels a lot of your magical equipment, essentially. I could go down the laundry list of all the things it messed up, but the worst things were the pluses to my weapons and armor. It totally reduced those to 0. And specifically, among those things, the worst was that my super artifact weapon, the thing that makes me a powerhouse more than anything else, probably, Gray Swan Deer, that went down from +7 to +0. So far, I brought it back up to +2 with an enchantment. So I was kind of just getting back into the game last time. And a couple of things I accomplished were, first of all, I got the much coveted Gray Dragon Scale Mail. And there was a whole crazy story behind that. I'll try to sum it up briefly, just for those who might not have watched. So I got a wish. I sat on a throne randomly, and that sometimes gives you a wish. I should say I sat on it by choice, and it randomly gave me a wish. And so one of the things I've always wished for in this game is either Gray Dragon Scale Mail or Silver Dragon Scale Mail. And the reasons are, 1, it's very powerful armor, and 2, it gives you, the Great Dragon Scale gives you magic resistance, which is something on your checklist that you need. Don't mind my Slack here. I just remember that there's a couple of friends I like to send this link to on Slack. Hopefully you didn't see anything too important. Too revealing. Why did this link not work, huh? Sorry. I'm getting distracted by stupid stuff. I think we're all good. Yeah, so I got Dragon Scale, but I was trying to improve my wishing game a little bit. Like, there are some items that are better to wish for early on or in the mid game. I consider myself kind of mid game, although I'm doing pretty well. So essentially, it's almost like the newbie thing to do to wish for the Gray Dragon Scale Mail directly. And it's not a bad thing to do, but I decided to go a more roundabout route that could pay off more. But whether it really did, you could argue it didn't. I don't know. And the way I decided to do it, after reading over at great length the wiki and like a spoiler document about wishing specifically. What I decided to do was wish for 2 cursed scrolls of genocide. And why curse? Well, the intention behind a scroll of genocide in general is to wipe out all of one kind of creature. A cursed one actually summons them. It's supposed to be like, gotcha. Instead of wiping out all of the liches, I created all the liches for you. Something like that. But the idea was I created some gray dragon, and the idea was I could just kill them and take their scale, their gray dragon scale, and make the gray dragon scale mail myself. And why is that better? It's a more roundabout way of getting the gray dragon scale mail, right? Well, it could be, but could have potentially been better because, first of all, it would identify the very powerful scroll of genocide for me. I would know what it is from now on. I could write it with a magic marker, even. That's one thing, because I hadn't identified it previously. And another thing is I would have 2 of them, so I could actually use this for something else, like nurses. Make nurses appear. Nurses, that sounds weird, but they can actually there's like, what they do is if you take off all your armor and they hit you, they increase your hit points and occasionally your max hit points. So that's kind of one trick you can do, is to read a Curse Scroll of Genocide with nurses. It'll summon 4 to 6 of them. The Curse Scroll of Genocide always randomly generates 4 to 6 of the creature, and you can just sit there getting your max hit points increased for a bit. Anyway, the thing is, when you ask for 2 or more of something, you don't always get it. The probability, if I recall correctly, of getting 2 of something is 2/3. So 1/3 of the time, if the roll, so to speak, fails and you only get 1 of them. So that happened to me. I only got 1 of them. And so then I read the scroll and it summoned 4 dragons, but I was kind of scared a little bit. I wasn't sure if I would be able to take them on so easily with 4 of them surrounding me. So what I did was I placed myself in a corridor so that only 2 of them would be next to me when they appeared. And I immediately read a scroll of taming. So 2 of them would be on my side and 2 would be enemies. And then I figured, yeah, I'll just get the dragon scales and I'll have 2 dragon pets. Hooray. And what happened was we killed the 2 enemy, the hostile dragons, and they didn't drop gray dragon scales, because as it turns out, they only do it 1/3 of the time. So I had these 2 gray dragon pets and no scales. So it seemed like this whole plot was a big flub. But what happened was later on, I left them behind on a level to go exploring elsewhere. And when you leave pets behind, and these were pets because I read the Scroll of Taming, remember? When you leave them behind for a while and return to them, sometimes they are no longer your pets. Sometimes they're actively hostile towards you. So one of them was hostile towards me, and I said, all right, this is an excuse for me to kill it. And I did, and it happened to drop the Gray Dragon Scales. I read a Scroll of Enchantment. Voila, I have it. Okay, so that's the whole story about the Gray Dragon Scale Mail. So it's good that I have it now. Either this or the Silver Gray Dragon Scale Mail is in the checklist of things you need to win for most characters. I gotta make sure I don't highlight stuff like that. It'll actually send characters to the terminal end. Geez, I just turned off a lamp. All right. Hopefully I don't screw up anything too much. Yeah, I gotta not do that. I'm gonna use my drawing tool only, no highlighting. But it doesn't, like, it tries to copy and paste it, I think. So, right, hopefully I didn't screw up anything too bad. Geez, look at all the stuff I did. I tried reading something, but it was invalid. Then I dropped my blindfold. Then yeah, don't do this stuff. It's bad. It did no damage except dropping the blindfold, but I can just pick that up. Anyway, back to the story. Yeah, so I entered the quest level. Every character class, or character role, as they call them in Nethack, has their own special quest area. It's like a multi-level quest where you try to do the thing. You usually find some kind of a mentor type who says, you must do this, fight this enemy. So I'm in the samurai quest where I have to, like, storm this castle or something and fight a whole bunch of ninjas. And the goal is I have to find what's called the Tsurugi of Muramasa. That's a samurai quest artifact. It is a 2-handed sword that is so powerful it bisects people. It cuts them in two. And how that works mechanically is going back to the inspiration for this game, D&D. It's like every time in D&D you roll a die to hit, it's a 20-sided die. And if you roll a 20, in this case, it bisects, instantly kills whatever you're hitting. And I think that was kind of inspired by the Vorpal Blade in D&D that had something similar. The Vorpal Blade would do the same sort of thing, except it wouldn't bisect. This is just kind of the flavor of what it does. It decapitates enemies in the old school D&D games, maybe in the current ones too, but I don't know. I haven't played D&D in a long time. So it's the same kind of thing. Roll a 20 on the D20, and you instantly kill the opponent. And that turns out to be a 5% chance, right? Roll a 20 on a D20. It's a 5% chance of auto killing something. And yeah, so it's kind of like the Vorpal Blade in D&D, which, by the way, that was inspired by the poem Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll, which I pretty much have memorized because I had to memorize it in 8th grade once. And I'll spare you the whole thing, but at one point, the protagonist, it says his Vorpal blade goes snicker snack. He left it dead, and with its head, he went galumphing back. And the it in that poem, in that stanza, I guess, is the Jabberwocky, which is it's usually presumed to be a dragon-like creature or something. So that was it. Just because Lewis Carroll wrote that this character went snicker snack with his Vorpal blade and killed the Jabberwocky, that inspired D&D to make the Vorpal blade, which automatically decapitates at a roll of a 20, which I think was the inspiration for this Tsurugi two-handed sword and of Muramasa. Anyway, so I'm going down a weird rabbit hole here. And I think going down a rabbit hole, that phrase could also be attributed to Lewis Carroll. That's funny. All right, enough of this silliness. Anyway, the danger here is I have to fight the quest, the nemesis, the bad guy, the evil boss of this quest. His name is Ashikaga Takauji. He guards the Bell of Opening, which is something you need to win the game. And I think all of the quests, all the character class quests get you that, I think. Yeah, it's guarded by your role's quest nemesis, along with the quest artifact. So this is one of the things you need Bell Booking Candle to win the game. So you have to do the quest. And but yeah, I have to fight this dude, Ashikaga Takauji. And the thing is, he's gonna wield the Tsurugi, which means I have to be careful. If he hits me, 5% chance of automatically killing me, and I have no way of countering that I know of. And, you know, as you might expect from a bossy type, he's not a pushover either. I mean, sometimes you get surprised and you these bossy types in that act, you just, oh, I just hit him once and he's dead? Okay. So that could happen, but I wouldn't want to just confidently go toe-to-toe to him, to go toe-to-toe with him and just attack. Every time he hits me, for all I know, he might hit me 5 times. Do I want to take that 5% chance 5 times? I don't want to take it any time, but when you do the math on that, it gets really bad fast. So what do I do? Well, essentially, all I'm going to do is when I get to him, I'm going to try to shoot him. I have some I'm good with a bow, and I have a bow. It's the Yumi. I just told myself I'm not going to highlight things anymore. The Yumi is a bow, and I have some of these Ya, which are really good arrows. None of them are super enchanted or awesome, but hopefully they do the job. But I also have some wands at my disposal. Now, when I zapped myself with the wands of cancellation, it wiped out all the charges for all my wands. So I had to start over. But at this point, I do have some means of attacking. I have the magic missile, wand of cold, wand of striking. So hopefully between those, I can do enough damage. I might even be able to do something with the wand of polymorph. Come to think of it, I think the strategy here, it's a section about fighting Ashikaga. I think it mentions something about polymorph. He's not. Another option is to waken him from upstairs by using a cursed potion of invisibility from the safety of a boulder fort, and then kill him with range attacks. You can also do a controlled polymorph into any large size or bigger creature to avoid bisection. Also, if you manage to turn very large, that's probably difficult to pull off. But if you manage to polymorph, which means you transform into another creature, you can you'll be immune to bisection. And controlled polymorph means you have the ability that is called polymorph control. So you would actually be able to choose. You would type in what you want to transform into. I don't think I have that It's possible I have a ring of polymorph control. I don't think I do, though. Not my person here, but maybe if I check my bag. I hope you're doing okay tonight, Mr. Eric Johnson, or anyone else who might be in the chat or just watching and not chatting. Let's check out my rings. I don't have polymorph control, so I can't pull off that trick. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to shoot him. You know, we'll see what we can do. Eric's doing good. Awesome, awesome. Let's check out the maps for the Samurai Quest to refresh my memory. I don't remember which level I'm on. I guess I'm on level 4 of it. If you see down here, it says Home 4. All right. How is being a security expert, by the way, Eric? Is that going okay? So yeah, that's right. Our master is Lord Sato. There are, looks like 5 levels, and I am on level 4 apparently. Now, most of these enemies are total pushovers, these ninjas and stuff. I'm just kind of hacking through it. But, you know, this guy, as we already kind of talked about at length, he might cause some trouble. He's behind these 4 doors, you can see, though. This is that boss who was going to wield the Tsurugi of Muramasa. And it does mention there's going to be 5 samurai, 5 ninja, 4 wolves, 9 stalkers, and 2 random D, which are dog types. So I might want to just make sure I kill all of them first. That way I can like retreat and zap and stuff like that as I'm fighting. Zap my wands, fire my bow without anybody getting in the way. A couple other things worth mentioning. I got from this level here, Shogun's Castle. You see where it says armor here, tool, weapon, gems. In the armor room, it had a bunch of generated armors, randomly generated armors, and one of them was a +2 cloak of displacement, which I replaced my other cloak, which was just a regular elven cloak. All the elven cloak gives you is magic cancellation level 1 and stealth. And I already have stealth as a level, whatever I am, samurai, 15. So all it was giving me was MC1. Now this displacement also gives you MC1, and it gives you the displacement ability. The displacement ability is what it means is sometimes it's kind of like, it's like your image gets projected elsewhere. That's another thing from D&D. So like it's hard to see where you are located, and sometimes the other opponents will strike at your displaced image instead of you. So basically it makes them miss more often. So that is nice. I just found that in the castle. And hey, Stu is here. Stu says, I wish I had a wiki like this for the people I encounter. Like how to kill them. Here's a wiki from Mark. Let's see. How do I piss off Mark? Tell him Nethack sucks. All right. Stu put up a cool 2025 video on his channel about what he plans to do. And he gave lots of shout outs. That was really cool, Stu. And thanks for giving me a shout out. It made me realize I need to work on my logo. I want to have a real logo for my channel, and it's got to show me and Rob Bob, since we both do this. In theory, he's not always joining, and you know, right now it just shows my face, and it should have like a some text that says the channel name and stuff. Anyway, I might see if my sister might want to help me with that. She actually can do graphic design, but we'll see. Right. So what else? I was going to say something else about my current situation, but I forget what. I guess it couldn't have been crazy important. But yeah, basically, to even more briefly recap last stream, I got the Grey Dragon Scale Mail, I got the Cloak of Displacement, and I started the Samurai Quest. And I'm on level 4 of 5 of the Samurai Quest. Those are the big things that happened. And Eric says he got a security plus cert. If everything goes to plan, he'll be in a new position soon. All right, awesome, Eric. Okay, good stuff. All right, so by the way, I'm using my new number pad, which for some reason last time, very first thing I did was try this out, and it didn't work. So rather than fiddling with it, I just went to my old one. This one's nice and comfy. It's mechanical. It glows blue, which is always important. But then I tried it later on and it was working, so I don't know what happened last time. Hopefully it doesn't stop working right now. Let's try it out. Yeah, it's working. And Stu says he hopes to be in a horizontal position soon. Either he means asleep or he's making an adult joke here. Another thing was I found a new magic marker, which is nice. Now what you see here is because I identified it, it tells me the number of charges it has, and that's 52. That might sound like I can use it 52 times, but it's not. It's depending on the length of the text I write, more charges are used. So if I write a scroll of I don't know. If you look at all the scrolls I've identified, if I write a scroll of yum yum, I don't remember the exact math for it, but for the sake of argument, say it's 1 charge per letter. So it would be like, in this case, 6 charges are used to write yum yum. I think it's not quite that harsh, because then stuff like this would use a ton of charges. But that's the idea, basically. So I'm not going to be able to write 52 scrolls with it. But that should be at least 6 or 7, I think. All right, so here we are on level 4 of this quest, and let me remind myself what the heck I'm doing here. This is a kind of a filler level, they call it. I guess it's just you fight stuff. All right, yeah, it's nothing special here. Oh yeah, this is something else I wanted to mention: the stalkers. So there's a creature in this game called Invisible Stalker. They're technically called stalkers, but they're almost always invisible. Like the property they have. And long story short, if you eat 2 of them, one after the other, you get permanently invisible yourself and permanent see invisible. That's not exactly how the mechanic works, Tuner. It's more like the first one gives you, I think, see invisible temporarily, or invisible, one of those. And then if you eat another one while you have that previous status, you get it permanent. So I am now permanently invisible and can see invisible. So that's really cool. So it must be really hard to hit me because I displace my image with the cloak of displacement and I'm invisible. I guess it means it's displacing my invisible image, but wouldn't that be nothing? Or is it like you can kind of see light refraction like in the Predator, right? The Predator is kind of not 100% invisible. Anyway. Right, enough chat. Let's go. A wolf corpse. All right, I guess I've been killing wolves. I should turn my lamp back on because it's dark here. What am I using? V here? I guess so. The lamp is now on. Okay. Feel clumsy. You haven't been working on your reflexes. Like, yeah, fortunately, once again, because this is Nethack 3.6, I'm not on 3.7 yet. The unicorn horn will cure that. The unicorn horn is like the most OP object in the game. So all I have to do is apply it, and boom, my dexterity, which was down to 17, is back up to 18. It makes you feel great, it says right there. Here comes a wolf or something. Look, it's not even noticing me because I'm invisible. Look, oh, look at this. It snaps wildly and misses. Yeah, this is, that's the invisibility at work, I believe. And I am satiated, so I will not eat another wolf. Random chainmail, that's useless. The wolf attacks a spot beside you. Yeah, this is great. There's a trap of some sort right here. A pit. What's this here? A random Shito. What is this Shito again? I think it's like a knife. Let me check it out. Yeah, that's just how a knife gets reported as a Japanese person. See this? Okay. So yeah, I'm going to just kind of take my time exploring this. And then the next level will be the big bad boss who will either decapitate me or not. Actually bisect me or not. A random scroll. Okay, let's check it out. Oh, not bad. It might be time to just start using... No, you know, I'm going to hoard them. My armor class is good enough for now, and the idea is if you have a stack of them, you can bless them all in one go. Because you can dip the whole stack and you only use up 1 potion of holy water. So I'm going to save that for now. I'm going to put it in my bag. And I have to come up with a strategy for enchanting my stuff properly. Because there's a limit to how much you can enchant it, and if you don't play your cards right, you might, like, it's kind of complicated, but basically you can get stuck at +4 when theoretically you can get to +5 if you don't if you don't enchant the right combination of uncursed and blessed. Using uncursed and blessed enchant armor scrolls. Potion of sleeping. I don't know why I'm even carrying that. Now, the thing I really want most of all right now, object-wise, is a freaking... all these wolves. I want a bag of holding so badly. I don't want to be burdened anymore. It's bad to be running around burdened. But that's kind of my strategy for now, is I just deal with it. I run around burdened, and when I'm in a battle that's kind of, you know, anything but a cakewalk, I drop my bag that has enough stuff in it to make me no longer burdened. What was I gonna look up? Let's look up the map, because I don't know where I'm going. I know I have to like search for some secret doors probably. Did I just close the damn window? Sorry, bear with me a second. Right, so here we are on the filler level, as they call it. All right, it has these S's, these secret doors. Might as well check it out. Then we can open these doors. See if there's any loot or something. So one of them is right about here. Look, the invisible stalker strikes at your invisible displaced image. My image is invisible and displaced and misses you. Look how far off he is. He's like 2 squares away, 3 squares away. He still doesn't know how to get to me. There's a new one, another invisible stalker. Kill him. Turns to flee. Yeah, too bad. The wolf strikes at thin air. This is great. I'm pretty happy with myself. This will come in handy when I'm fighting that boss that I'm afraid of. He'll just strike at the wrong location sometimes. So here we are. Here's the staircase. That'll take me to the boss, so we're almost there. Some potions. Object detection and something else. Cannot accommodate anymore. Right, it's time to dump stuff in the bag. Are you sure you're not an invisible stalker too? Says Eric Johnson. Oh, you know what? Maybe I am. I'm not really stalking anybody. I guess I kind of am. I'm going to creep up on this samurai nemesis guy and just challenge him to a fight. Well, I'm going to be shooting him while I'm invisible, right? I'm going to be shooting him with my bow. And he's going to get these arrows just flying at him. He doesn't know where they're coming from. Awesome. All right, let's put some crap in the bag. I like having at least one potion of full healing on my person and a scroll of teleport to get away. But there's some other stuff that doesn't really need to be on my person. When I say on my person, I mean not in the bag. Potion of sleeping. I could even throw that at the boss. I should see if he has any resistances. Does he have any resistances? Let's check him out. He's not the Tsurugi. He's Ashikaga, blah, 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 blah. He's stoning resistance. He can't get stoned, so I'm not going to throw a joint at him. Yeah, why don't I try throwing the potion of sleeping at him? We'll see what happens. Stu says he's a visible stalker. I've seen him in action. I'll throw in the random magic markers and the gems. Okay, a bunch of stuff in the bag now. All right, and so we're going to get this potion of... I don't even care about this, I don't know. Gain energy, okay. I'm not picking up... Oh, you rebalance your load. Movement is difficult. All right, so here we are, fighting with this nonsense. I'm just going to drop the potion of object detection. Gunyoki, I'm not even doing Gunyoki anymore. Something I started doing as of last stream is replacing my Gunyoki with K rations. If you look at the math, it's kind of interesting. And Gunyoki is the basic food ration in Nethack. It's just the Japanese name for it in Nethack. It's not a real Japanese name for it. Somebody looked that up. I always assumed it was a Japanese word that referred to a food ration. But somebody in the chat several streams ago looked that up, and he said it doesn't actually mean anything. But if you look at the K ration, you can see it has nutrition. That's how much it fills you up. 400. Turns to eat 1. So usually it takes several turns to eat food. But this, you just pop it in your mouth instantly, basically, or 1 turn. And the weight is 10. And as I always talk about, the weight of objects is extremely important to me because I just hate being overburdened and stuff. But if you compare this to the food ration, hopefully I can just hit this or something. No, guess I need a space problem. Yeah, so this is 800, weight 20, and turns to eat 5. So you compare the two. Each K ration is like, in terms of nutrition and weight, half of a food ration, but it only takes 1/5 of the time to eat. So I'm basically upgrading all of my food rations to K rations. And I was able to get so many on the Fort Ludios level, where I ran around with a ring of conflict and all the soldiers were killing each other. And the soldiers are the ones who tend to have these K rations on their person. So that's how I got this huge pile of K rations, basically. Oh, shit. Okay, a trapdoor opens underneath you. You know what that means? I'm right on top of the boss, pretty much. And look, I'm like in the center here. Oh, shit. Close to the center. Look, this is where I am, I think. But maybe I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm a little confused because it looks like, if you look how much space is around me, open space, it looks like too much to be in this level, doesn't it? Like, where are there three? Where is there like a wall on the south side? Oh, probably right here. No, I don't see where I could be on this map. It doesn't fit the map, says Stu. Yeah. Okay, so maybe let me read this again. Okay, I think, okay. Look at the apostrophe S here. I think what this is hinting at, and maybe it's spelled out explicitly elsewhere, I think there's a random number of these filler levels. And I'm on perhaps the second one. It doesn't really say, but it does say each level contains 4 wolves, blah blah. All right, so I'm in one of these. I'm like right in the center though. Yeah, that must be it. Okay. All right, so that's all good. I thought it was like for a moment I thought it was like plopped right on top of the boss basically, and I was like, oh shit. The dwarvish round shield that I have no use for. By the way, something worth mentioning maybe. I always find things that are worth mentioning. The Tsurugi of Muramasa. Remember, this is the thing that automatically kills things 5% of the time when you hit, and does a ton of damage too. This is not good for me to use, so I'm not gonna use. I'm gonna drop it when I get it. That's because I've already got my weapons. I got my katana and my gray swan here, and I've leveled up in 2-weapon combat, and that's the way I want to go for the rest of the game. This is a 2-handed sword, so you cannot 2-weapon it. So as good as this is, it's better for me to just keep following my 2-weapon combat strategy. So I'm gonna get this wonderful, beautiful artifact, bring it to Lord Sato. He'll say, you may keep it, and I'll be like, nah, I'll just drop it on the floor. This much coveted artifact. I'll be like, yeah, screw it. Motion of invisibility, yeah, screw it. I'm naturally invisible. Now, if I had unlimited carrying capacity, I would pick up a bunch of potions. Because they're good for dilution, as you've seen me do before, if you've watched this series before. You can dilute them, turn them into water, bless the water, it becomes holy water, and then you can bless all your goodies with that. Where is it, over here? Was there no staircase like right here? Okay, no staircase in this middle area. A yuzu, that's a random fruit. Gunyoki, a ring of cold resistance. I already got one, right? That's how I know what it is. I think I'm naturally cold resistant anyway. Actually, it might be worth pulling up this document and taking a look at that. So at one point, I think this happened last stream as well, I found a potion of enlightenment. And I read it. And that gives you all the like hidden intrinsics, like the traits you have that aren't mentioned on the status bar. It was pretty interesting. So I'm keeping that in a Google note, and I've added to it, a couple things like the invisible, see invisible displacement. But these are all the things I have. Piously aligned, that means I'm in good shape being a lawful character. Magic protected. That's my gray dragon scale mail. No, that's not what that is. That means that this is a this is from when I went to the temple and donated, and they gave me like armor class boosts. I have 9 points of that. Fire resistant, cold resistance. So the ring of cold resistance is kind of crap unless I lose this intrinsic, and you can lose them. The only way I know of is always gremlins. Gremlins, when they hit you, they make you lose one of these at random on occasion. That's really bad. Anyway, fire resistant, cold resistant, sleep resistant, disintegration resistant. There's only one thing that really shoots you with disintegration. That's black dragons. Yeah. Poison resistant, hallucination resistant. That's due to Gray Swan Deer, the weapon I'm wielding. Telepathic, stealthy, teleport control. So every time I teleport, I can choose where on the level I go, rather than it being random. Moderate defense bonus. Oh, that's a +9 from the donations that I talked about. I don't know what magic protected is. Okay, I guess that is just a magic resistance from the Great Dragon scale mount, because nothing else has magic magic resistance here. All right, so that's from the Great Dragon scale mail. Then we got warded. This is the magic cancellation one from Cloak of Displacement. Magic cancellation is another thing. It's got a bad name because it's very similar to magic protected or magic resistance. It's confusing, but essentially it means special effects from something hitting you, including perhaps the aforementioned gremlin attack. There's 3 levels of that, 1, 2, and 3. If you have level 3, like basically none of that can get you. So I could do better there, but the Cloak of Displacement is good in its own right. If I find a Cloak of Protection, it'll give me MC3. So it might be better to get that if I find a Cloak of Protection. But I don't know, I kind of like the displacement. I'm very fast, and that comes from my boost of speed that I have on. So basically I have normal, intrinsically I'm just normally fast, but the boost of speed bumped that by 1 level to fast. And at one point I zapped myself with a speed wand, which gives you another level, and that's permanent for some reason. So I'm very fast because of that. Reflection I have due to my amulet of reflection. I'm extremely lucky. I have extra luck. Bad luck does not time out for you. Good luck does not time out for you. And I wrote in parentheses new moon because last time I played there was a new moon in the real world, which affects the Nethack world, and that kind of alters your luck in some manner. So that might have been why I had that. You can safely pray. You have been killed once. How many people can say that? How many people can say they're invisible either? Invisible, see invisible, and displacement. All right, so that's a lot of goodies going on. But Stu says I bet the Scarlet Witch could take you. Yeah, probably. Good thing I don't have to fight her. All right, let's keep going. Let's just fight our way through these guys. Hack them up. I want to... Again, I'm not going to be streaming super long tonight, but... I would love it if I could finish this quest tonight or die by being bisected, in which case you'll get to watch me cry for another hour straight. What is it, Dwarf King or something? Dwarf Lord? Why am I attacking him? Aren't they usually lawfully aligned? Well, I guess he wasn't friendly to begin with. Let's chat with him. The Dwarf Lord threatens you. The Dwarf Lord swings wildly and misses. And now he's dead. Big guys, a bunch of stuff I can't carry or don't want to carry. Hello, doggy. Oh, it's a statue of a wolf, and the statue comes to life when I touch it, because statues just do that sometime in the world of Nethack. A wrenching sensation. That was some kind of a trap. Teleportation trap. It didn't, like, affect me because of my magic resistance, I guess. Not entirely sure. Oh. An unknown scroll. That's interesting. That means, it's one of very few things. Heck of much. Do I have any other? I feel like I might have got another scroll as well that I didn't know what it does. No. So I have a new scroll to me, and now we're going to play that game where I look up what it could possibly be. Oops, I don't play that game. Right, where I switch out to a new terminal. I don't want to play that game. Now we're going to play the game where I look up all the possible scrolls and try to narrow down what it could be. I think it might be charging. Let's see. We know mail identity. Unfortunately, these are kind of spanning 2 pages, so I have to figure something else out. Bear with me a moment. Another Google Doc we'll use. There's only 3 on the second page, so not too bad. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. I named something fire or charging, Kurgi, because that's what I had narrowed it down to. And now I have the other one, so one of them is fire and one of them is charging. Do I have that still? Let me check my bag again. No, did I like lose it somehow? Oh, here it is. Scroll of fire or charge. Okay, so now I have another one of fire or charging, but it's the opposite. So it's interesting because charging is a great thing. It's like it's very rare for a scroll, and it is quite powerful because you charge something. You could charge a wand of wishing. You could charge a magic marker and write scrolls of charging. It's really good. But at some point, and I'm thinking if I should do it now or maybe after the quest. Maybe after the quest I'll do it. I could run like a little experiment of some sort. Like just read it, but take off anything I don't want to get burned. And I have to read up on the mechanics of how that works. It might be that nothing can get burned because I have fire resistance intrinsically, but I don't know. I have to see. It might be that my objects get burned anyway. So I'll have to do some kind of an experiment at some point. But for now, we're going to focus on continuing this quest. What was that little like passageway here? That was like nothing. Okay. I guess I already checked that probably. Yeah, this new number pad is nice compared to my old one that was a little worn around the edges, and it was sometimes registering my key presses twice, which is terrible in Nethack. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Scroll of punishment. Most of the time it doesn't matter, but if you're like trying to carefully work your way around like a body of water or something, one false move and you walk into the water and then like all your stuff gets ruined. It's like, oh no. All right, so this could be the level where we fight the boss. Here we go. This is it. In your mind. When I say boss, by the way, I don't mean the boss of the whole game. I mean the boss of my samurai quest. In your mind, you hear the taunts of Ashikaga Takauji. You become like the rice plant and bend to the ground, offering a prayer to Amaterasu Omikami. But when the wind has passed, you stand proudly again, putting your kami in the hands of fate. You advance. All right, very dramatic introduction. Let's try to wipe out, like we said, all of the non-boss enemies so we don't have to deal with them. And we're going to try a missile approach on the boss. We're going to shoot him with our bow and with wands. Try to like back away. One thing I looked up already is that I should be able to outpace him due to his speed as described in the thing here on the wiki. If you look at Ashikaga, he is speed of 12. And if you look at what that means, 12 is normal unencumbered speed. Right, so where I am right now at this very moment, I am burdened but very fast. So I have a 15 versus his 12, but I can drop my bag at a moment's notice, and then I'll have 20 versus his 12. Essentially, that means I'll be making more moves than him. But not at like a rate of 2 to 1, I don't believe. It'll be like, it's kind of interesting. It's like most of the time it'll be 2 to 1, but then sometimes it will be 1 to 1. Because it kind of like deals with the fractions in that sort of a way, if that makes sense. Oh, invisible Ryoshu. Zaps magic missile. Okay, let's kill him. He drinks a wand of extra healing. He's being a pain. Okay, I killed him. Potion of acid, wand of magic missile, potion. I like potions of full healing. Now I am carrying too much crap though, so let's yeah, let's drop the potion of gain energy or something. I don't care about that. Kill some more stalkers. Visible stalkers. They're invisible, but I can see them, so they're a potion called water. That's cool. All right. What was here again? Oh yeah, acid and stuff. Monster detection. Let's just quaff that for the fun of it. Let's just drink it right away. There we go. The pink guy or the magenta, whatever the color this is. That is our big bad boss. But now we see everything else that we need to kill here to clear the level. I mean, if I wanted to get ridiculous, I could like write notes and count them all, but you know, I have a feel now for how many to expect. Basically several each of people of some sort. Like 4 invisible stalkers and 6 wolf-like creatures. All right, so that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Potion called Booze. Here's a Hellhound. And the invisible stalker is throwing darts at me. Oh, the ninja's throwing darts. Oh, the ninja's throwing darts over the head of 2 of its companions. Hellhound is dead. It's zapping Wands of Cold now, but it bounces off my reflection amulet. Kill the ninja. He drinks a potion of extra healing. Dope. Kill this guy. Kill the wolf. Kill the ninja. Potion of healing. That's kind of garbage. Some random shuriken. I think I might be able to train up in shuriken, but I don't want to. If you look at enhance, you type hashtag enhance or pound enhance. I don't know how high I can get in that, but I'm unskilled right now. It would be good to advance my bow skill some more. If I can, I don't remember if I can, honestly. I have to look it up. But what's really important is I'm expert in 2-weapon and in longsword, which is what Katana uses. And unfortunately for my Grace Wanderer, even though it's ultra powerful, I can only get basic level of that. That's okay. It's still badass. Although, as we've discussed at length, I unfortunately lost a +7 enchantment on it. Gush of water hits you, your lamp goes out. Can I light it again? Lamp is now on, okay. Somebody's hurling shurikens left and right. Some ninja, I guess. Where are you, ninja? There you are. Ta-da! Potion of paralysis. Could always throw that at the boss too. Sleep and paralysis. If I wonder if I throw sleep followed by paralysis, does he have a sleep paralysis nightmare? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm kind of at my limit here. I don't know. I'll just drop it. Hear a door open. I don't like that the doors are opening because that implies to me the boss might wander over to me. Scroll of gold detection. Don't really care about that. Scroll of identify. That is good. Now, that's good because remember I had these 2 scrolls. One of them is fire. One of them is charging. I could just read the scroll of identify and figure it out that way. Let's do that real quick. Let's take out the one called fire or charging and read the identify. Figure out what's what. Okay, we want to identify first these 2 guys. H is an uncursed scroll of fire. All right, therefore, by process of elimination, Hakamuch should be charging, unless I messed up my process of elimination earlier, but I'm going to assume I got it right. So I can call it that. Call the type of object in inventory. Scroll called Hakamuch is charging. Awesome. Let's put those in my bag. Well, I'm going to drop the fire because it's kind of useless. I'm going to put the charging in my bag. I don't want it getting messed up. Okay. Putting something in a bag doesn't guarantee it won't get messed up, but like, for example, when I zapped myself accidentally with a wand of cancellation, everything in the bag was safe. Now, remember, we heard a door open, which means those doors, if you look at the map again, they're in the middle. They, yeah, it's only these 4 doors, so I'm not sure what logic this guy employs, is just sit in the center or not. But with a door opening, you know, someone's walking around, and he, in theory, could walk around. Maybe, possibly. Ninja toe. I'm stepping on these floorboards that aggravate monsters. Yeah, I think that might aggravate the boss even. Right, so he's going. Eric said he's going. The boss is getting up to go to the bathroom. Could be. By the way, it looks like I'm just noticing this. I would get into like the next concentric circle of this level by going through this little opening right here, and then the next one is on the right, so it's like about here, looking at the map. And then the next one goes here, and that's right to the 4 doors where the boss is lying in the middle of, if he's not walking around. All right, so let's do that. We're going to go, it's the next concentric ring right here. Here's another wolf or something. Wolf, and ninja throwing shit at me. Okay. It gets a little scary. You see like the animated character. Then I look at my hit points below. Oh, did I get beat up? No, I'm good. 133 hit points out of 33 still. 133. You hear nearby zap, boing. The sleep ray whizzes by you. This guy's shooting sleep at me. Striking and sleep. Good thing I have this medallion, right? Can't touch this. Kill the Ryoshu. Scroll of T-ports are always great to have. Took another one to sleep too. And the thing is, when they use so many charges of it trying to kill you, you probably don't have too many left. Interesting. Whatever this amulet is, I'm not going to wear it, but it's cool that there is one. Because I have reflection and I don't have any other means of achieving reflection. That's what's making all those wands that are blasting me bounce back. It's totally invaluable. You can't go without reflection. I'm kind of curious to figure out what it could be. The only thing that's good, the only other amulet that would be so good that I would think is super awesome is life saving, which I've identified. There might be a I forget if this is a new thing in 3.7, but I think there's an underwater breathing amulet, which might be good to have. I'll just pick it up nonetheless. It might be fun to identify later. But now I'm over the edge again of my encumbrance. Blech. Maybe if I drop a pancake, I'll be good. No. Amulets apparently way more than you might think. I might just drop money. Look how much money I'm hoarding. It would be better to drop it in a place where I could retrieve it later. I'm not going to go back into my quest here. I don't know if you even can, honestly. Shoot, I don't know. Let's just drop something that's crap. It's gotta be something that's crap in my bag here. It's a lot of crap. I should take out the elven arrows to shoot with it. I might need those to shoot. They were put in a different inventory slot than my other elven arrows. That probably means they have a plus, like they're +1, or they're blessed or cursed. Because they can't lump them together, if you see. Sometimes you can play with that. Sometimes it doesn't lump them together anyway for whatever reason. If I just drop them and pick them up again, they're still separate. Alright, I mean, it's... I gotta figure out something to drop here. I got a whole bunch of crappy scrolls. Destroy armor is not usually good. This is the problem of being a hoarder. I got 1,000,000 scrolls of paper. Let's drop, I don't know, creep monster or something. I think scrolls aren't the heaviest thing. Potions are pretty heavy. Let's see if I got a potion I can ditch. Healing is kind of garbage. I'll drop that. Acid I don't really care about. I could throw it at the boss, but... Okay. You're getting closer. I keep hitting these squeaky boards. No, someone else is hitting the squeaky boards. It says you hit him. You hear a D note squeak in the distance. I can like tell the exact tone of the note that the squeaky board is projecting. The bottle crashes on the invisible Ryoshu's head and breaks into shards. The invisible Ryoshu falls asleep. Somebody else threw it at him. Who did it? Hit the invisible Ryoshu, you hit it. Hit it, you hit it. It reads the scroll of teleportation to escape, but it doesn't seem to know that its home is one of the levels that blocks teleporting. So I can't teleport if the boss is giving me a hard time, basically. But they're too stupid to know they can't teleport, apparently. Extra healing is all right, but Wand of Cold, maybe I'll pick another Wand of Cold up. If I can handle it. Ninja throwing shuriken at me and missing. Ring of Shock Resistance. All right, I got one. He's already got one. All right, we're getting close here. Oh, I thought I said, okay. I might have to read the wiki more carefully, but I thought that the way into this next ring was on the right, but I think those little gaps or openings are random. It doesn't really say in this paragraph, but I guess they're random to some degree. All right. A lot of goodies here that I don't really care about. Yeah, we're getting close here. There's the opening. Ooh, okay, let's walk around a little bit. I want to make sure I kill everything. Maybe not make sure I kill everything, but try to kill as much as I... Make sure I explore every square inch and kill everybody I see. I want to be able to move around freely, back away with my bow and shoot as the boss pursues me. All right. I think it might be time to go in. So which wands do I want to use? I guess I'll use, I'll try sleep. I also have a potion of sleep. See if I can put him to sleep and then just... If that works, maybe I'll just melee him. What I think, do I want to... You have to spend a turn to wield the bow, so is it worth doing that? And the other thing I'm not sure of is... When I read the scroll of monster detection, it looked like he had a couple of bodyguards right next to them. Are they still there? That's the question. Do I have to fight them too? Well, I'm going to wield the bow. That's how I'm going to play it. Wield the Yumi. Eric has his fingers crossed for me. Thanks, Eric. All right. We're going in. Crash. What's the crash? I gotta look that up. Just that might just be a potion shattering that I didn't see, but I heard. I hope this is wrong. This is a crash message in Nethack can occur when the game packs is unable to continue. Yeah, that's wrong. That was Google's AI shit, making shit up. God, I hate those AI things. I mean, I don't hate them. They're definitely useful, but they just make things up sometimes. A potion is hit a monster that you can't see. That's what it means. This is a section on one-word messages. Boing for sound effects. Boing, splash, splash, crash, wang, clink, clonk. That's funny. All right. We got the Yumi wielded. That door is open, but I'm going to try to circle around it anyway. Oh, that's open too, and there is a something right there. Ninja or something. Joshu. What exactly is a Joshu? Probably some, like, high-level Japanese warrior or something. I think I looked it up before. If we believe Google's AI shit, it's an assistant mixed martial arts instructor or a Chinese Zen master or the German form of Joshua. Sounds like it's probably assistant or tutor. Like, I guess it's like an assistant to the big boss. All right, so I could shoot him right now, or I could zap him. I don't know. Or other. I can switch to my regular melee weapons and carve him up. Let's just shoot him. I have a bunch of arrows. Let's start with these elven arrows. I don't know what they are. Elven arrow hits the Joshu. Elven arrow hits the Joshu. Joshu picks up elven arrow. Hear a nearby zap. The sleep ray whizzes by you. The sleep ray bounces. He's zapping with the sleep ray. He's having no luck. The sleep ray hits him. Haha. Okay. There he is. Miss America here. He's right in the center. He didn't move. All right, I'm going to start by throwing a wand of potion at him. So I want a potion of sleeping at him. Let's try that. Throw W, capital W, down. Nice. The flagon crashes on Ashikaga Takauji's head and breaks into shards. The potion of sleeping evaporates. Ashikaga Takauji falls asleep. Crash. All right, so now we're gonna in the spirit of Nethack and chill, not rush into this, take our time. And let's see how many turns he should be out of it. If it's enough, I can turn on my, equip my melee weapons and just carve him up now. It's possible I'm not going to really be able to know. A monster hit by a thrown potion of sleeping will fall asleep up to 12 turns if they do not have sleep resistance or free action. He fell asleep, so that would mean he doesn't have those things. Also, the wiki didn't say he had any such resistances or anything. Okay, there are 12 turns, but that's kind of scaled by your speed and stuff. I should be dropping this bag like I said I was going to do. Let's do that. Drop the bag. I think I should... Maybe I should just... I don't know. Up to 12 turns. That's the key thing. Up to 12 turns. Okay, I'm not gonna be cocky and I'm not gonna rush up to him. I'm gonna pick him up from a distance still. Let's use a wand first of all. How about a wand of cold? Capital Y. Down. Misses him. Wand of striking. Just mix it up a bit. The wand hits Ashikaga. Try my bow now, mixing it up. I'll use my my Ya, which are the best arrows I have, I think. Ya hits. Ya hits. Ya hits. Sometimes I shoot multiple, but it's not happening right now. You shoot 2 Ya. The first Ya hits. The second Ya hits. All right, so far so good. Shoot 3 Ya. First Ya hits. Second Ya hits. Third Ya hits, but he's not there anymore. He stepped away, it looks like. And there's a Ryoshu to my left. Not that he's any concern, but it looks like the boss moved out of my line of sight. He's like maybe over here, perhaps, or it could be over here, and I can't see him because the darkness. My lamp only has a small radius of light. Now I gotta deal with the idiot to my left, though. I can just shoot him, I suppose. Let's zap him with a wand of sleep. Zap capital X. You know what? I don't think he's worth the charge. What am I going to do? The shooting takes a while, it feels like, with the arrows. I'll shoot him anyway. Elven arrow hits. The Ryoshu. Stepping away. I want to find Mr. Boss Man. Should I go into the center? I'm going to poke my head in here. Where'd he go? It didn't say I killed him, did it? Did not say I killed him. Here's my 3 He's alive. I think I am going to temporarily put on my melee stuff and carve up these idiots. Okay, we got melee on. We're going to do 2-weapon combat as usual. Kill the Ryoshu. Gonna be careful here, though. I saw a dog. Oh, there it is. Ashikaga Takauji suddenly appeared. What did he do? He went invisible or something? And he wields the Tsurugi, named the Tsurugi of Muramasa. Okay, let's run away. Okay, he appeared right next to me. He can teleport like that. Okay. So it is to be you, Mwrynn-san. I offer you seppuku. I will be your second if you wish. Should I zap him with sleeping? I'm gonna zap him with sleeping, carve him up. Let's do it. Zap capital X. Hit him. I hit him twice. He disappeared. Oh man. I didn't realize he had this escape trick. I mean, I probably knew it from a long time ago, but okay, so now the thing is, do I want to switch to melee? What do I want to do? I mean, switch to missile again. I think I'm going to keep melee on, and if I see him again and he's not next to me, I will switch to bow or just zap him with a wand. There he is again. Hit him. Let's try to sleep him again. Capital X. I'm not sure if it's actually working. That weird scrambled blue thing. I think that means resistance typically. And yet the first time I think it worked. Get my yaw back. Let me read up a little more on how this guy works. I feel like I'm like hitting him enough that he teleports away before he even gets to attack me, which seems like not the worst situation to be in, really. But let me try to understand how it works. This is Nethack and chill, right? We're not going to just rush into a dangerous boss. Let's see. He ignores Elber, yeah. He has unimpressive base damage, right? With 2 weapon attacks and an artifact theft attack, but he will be wielding your quest artifact, which has high damage and can potentially bisect you. Makes him one of the most dangerous quest nemesis to face in melee range. And there's no shame in considering leaving Takauji alone unless you have options to actually deal with him. It's very easy to approach him without disturbing him from meditation. Right. Wand of Sleep may also work, but it carries the risk of him resisting the ray and waking up to swing the Tsurugi. Okay, so he can resist it sometimes. It's not really describing how he does this weird teleport thing or whatever he's doing. That's a shame. Why doesn't the wiki describe that? It seems kind of important. All right. All right. I mean, what else can I do? I'll wander around. There he is. He hits me. Oh shit! He hit me twice. I have offered you the honorable exit. Now I will have your head descend to Lord Satan. Okay, I don't like that he hit me twice. That's not great. Can I just zap him with the wand of polymorph? What happened if I do that? He could turn into something else random, and if he... I feel like I don't want to experiment with anything crazy like that I don't really know that well. But I'm not really sure. Could he resist it? If not, he's very likely to turn to something that can't wield a sword. And yet it didn't really mention polymorph being a good offensive strategy against him. It did mention you could polymorph into a large creature and then you can't be bisected. Excuse me. I don't know. It seems to mostly be talking about polymorphing yourself. What? Certain monsters are off limits to polymorph, either by you or a monster. These include Monsters have been genocided. These are saying off limits for what you can polymorph into, I believe. Not what you can polymorph. Like, who can be the target of polymorph? I don't know. Aim a wand of, or spell a polymorph, yeah. Let me check. I'm going to Google a little bit more. Bear with me a minute. All right, I don't know. It's weird. Everything you find is like about you, polymorph. Like, if I can turn him into a newt right now, that would be awesome. Turn him into a newt. Yeah, I don't like that he just got 2 hits on me. That's not great. I could zap him with sleep again. It might not work. I could just attack him. I could... Unfortunately, none of my wands are really that powerful. How many hit points should I expect him to have anyway? That might be good to look up. Base level 15, and the math behind that is what? Number of hit points is monster level D8, so 15 D8. Yeah, oof. That means he's rolling 8. You know, an 8-sided die. He's rolling 15 of those. That's how many hit points he has. I feel like I've gone down this route before of opening the calculator for it when I was dealing with that ogre with the wand of death. So he's got 15 times. The average roll on a D8 is 4.5. And I'm not quite doing as much damage as I used to. But he could be more than that, of course. 67. However, I did hit him. How many times have I hit him? I shot him with a bunch of arrows. I did melee him a bunch of times too, and I think I hit every time. I don't think my history goes back quite far enough. I think he might be kind of low on hit point. That's my gut feeling. But it's really scary to just go toe-to-toe with him like this, though. Healing doesn't help in any way, because it's not really my hit points that are lacking. It's just that 5% chance every time he hits, he'll just kill me. Teleportation won't work here. Full healing doesn't matter, as we went over. I guess I should have put on a ring of it. Anything that could help me, but I didn't think of it for some reason. Like conflict would have been good to have on, probably. And the one of increased accuracy, maybe. Well, I don't know. The sleep only works sometimes. I think I should just go for it. Just go toe-to-toe. If I had more clarity on the polymorph, like whether it would work or not and stuff, I would just zap him with that. Let me see if I can find... I'm going to look again for polymorph. Sorry to delay the action here, but... If you look at wand of polymorph... You know, I was looking up polymorph in general. Maybe this is a better place to look. Alright, zapping the wand of polymorph will polymorph any monsters or items hit by the beam. The effect is subject to each monster's MR score, which is magic resistance. Is blocked by if the monster has magic resistance. Has a 1 in 25 chance of inducing system shock. And ignores any inventory dropped by monsters that are polymorphed or else die of system shock. A hero zapping the one at the cell, they don't care about that. So this guy doesn't have magic resistance, right? Doesn't look like it. He has base MR, okay. A 40. Right, okay. I'm reminded of this now. Yeah, this is a whole equation. It's 40 over 100 plus the attack level minus the defense level. And a wand has an attack level of 12. So that means if he has MR 40, he has a, well, the chance of the monster resisting is 40 divided by 100 plus the attack level of the wand is 12 minus what the hell is defense level? Let me figure that out. Defense level is the monster level of the target, which has a maximum of 50. His level was, what did we say, 15? Yes. All right. So it's, so it looks like it's this. MR divided by that. That's a probability from resisting. 41%. Then more, for all intents and purposes, a coin flip every time I zap him with some magical thing, I guess. I'm a wand of some sort. It's not great odds, is it? I mean, it's slightly leaning in my favor. It's more like 60-40, right? But I'm faster than him. I can step away. But can I step away and then shoot him? That's what I need to be doing. Step away. Problem is he's at a weird angle. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to step away. There's nothing keeping me from being stuck like next to him. It's just the positioning isn't great here. What I want him to do is be in a, appear next to me, and I can step away one, and then I'll still be lined up with him. Then I can zap him with whatever I want. Sleep, polymorph, shoot him with the bow, I guess. I'm just going to go nuts with the wands. Let's do that. All right, so I'm going to do that. Step away. Again, I'm faster, so I can do this, but I need him to show up in the right place. I guess if he's going to just appear next to me, I can position myself in such a way that, like where I am now, right? No matter where he appears, I can step away one and still be lined up with him. Like if he appears to the right of me, I can step left and then zap him, zap him. Eventually he'll have me in a corner though. But maybe, given what I just said, that he'll have me in a corner, I could go with some location where I'll have plenty of maneuverability. Like right now, if he appears to the right of me, I don't have a lot of maneuverability. But what if I like stood right here in the middle? I stood right here, then no matter, oh, then I have these traps. What are these traps? Squeaky boards? If they're squeaky boards, I don't really care. Yeah, so I'll go in the middle and see if that works. Okay, I'm gonna wait for him to appear next to me, step away, and shoot. I still gotta. I should just put on my bow again. That's what I'm gonna do, right? In case I run out of wand charges or whatever. Come on, Dick. Where do you? Is there anything else I can use in the meantime? I'm gonna try the Ring of Increased Accuracy now that I have a moment to do that. All right, so I can hit better. Anything else? Ring of Conflict, would that help? I guess in the off chance anybody else is still around, they would fight each other. Well, also, let me check also my bag is on the ground. Okay. So forget the bag. I'll put on Conflict just in case there's anyone else around. Oh. Shit. He appeared right there and he's hitting me a lot. And he also, look at that, he appeared... Yeah, for some reason I didn't think of the diagonal. The diagonal isn't really giving me much maneuverability. Okay, let's try bottom right. Alright, now we're going to zap him with, let's start with sleep. Oh! Oh! Alright. Well, that's that. Oh. My wand was out of charges, by the way. Oh. Oh. let me enjoy my pain for a minute. Oh. Oh. Not enjoy my pain, but give me a moment is what I mean. Ah, shit. All right, well that's that. Let's read it. Let's read the text. The razor sharp blade cuts you in half, you die. That's it. Andy's here and he's like, something bad just happened. Yeah. All right, yeah, unlucky 13. I mean, considering what I should have done, I mean, really, like, I think it boiled down to the one of cancellation putting me in bad shape for this guy. I didn't really have a whole lot of combat wands I could use. I was kind of picking them up from these guys in this quest, and most of the time they were heavily used wands because they were zapping at me already. That's why the wand of sleep only had a few charges, I guess. And, you know, if I had all the pluses to my weapons still, I would have been dealing a ton of damage the few times I did attack in melee. And, well, that sucks. I don't know. That's it. I guess that's the end of our Nethack and Chill series. You know, I was getting a little bit, you know, long in the tooth. And, you know, I was kind of thinking, well, soon I want to maybe do some other games. But I was hoping I could finish it and actually win. However, I did not. And that's Nethack for you. It does not pull punches. It doesn't give you extra lives unless you get an amulet of life saving. It is mean. It's a mean and evil game, Nethack. And yeah, this is considered the toughest quest nemesis to face, because he has this Tsurugi that carves you in half 5% of the time when it hits. And it doesn't sound like much, but once he's hitting you, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, the probability is very dangerous. 5% probability. But yeah, each role has its own quest, and that was the samurai quest. And again, yeah, this guy's considered the worst of the samurai, worst of the quest nemesis to face. I wish I knew how many hit points he had left. It would be interesting to see how close I had gotten to killing him. Now I'm wondering if I should have just tried carving him. I mean, well, who knows? All right, now we can do the infamous thing that you do when you die. Is you hit yes to all these questions it gives you about yourself and your equipment, everything. So let's see. Do you want your possession identified? Yes. Okay, so that amulet I had picked up was a cursed amulet of change, for what that's worth. It just makes you change your sex. I would put it on and be turned into a woman. Doesn't really matter for most intents and purposes. I had 8 plus 0 Ya, Yumi, Rust Proof plus 0 Katana, the plus 2 Grace Wand, your 13 plus 0 Elven Arrow. Pretty much everything here in the armor section I knew, except the plus 2 Cloak of Displacement that I just found lying around was also blessed. That was quite a good pickup. This stuff I already knew. It's already identified. I knew all these rings basically, except I didn't know that the Ring of Adornment was blessed. Here are the charges on all my wands. Yeah, so basically the worst thing I could have... Look at it. If you look at this, the number after the colon is the one you want to look at. I could have used anything but sleep, and it would have actually zapped something. He might have resisted it, but would have done something. Magic missile, striking, cold, polymorph, or another cold. Maybe I should have done the polymorph. I could have turned him into a newt. Unicorn horn, oil lamp, drum of earthquake. I had used up all the charges apparently. That saved me a few times early on in the game. Chin whistle, blindfold, oil lamp, wooden flute. The identification is telling me that it's wooden. Apparently I couldn't tell that on my own. I got an empty uncursed sack, skeleton, key, leash, luckstone. And it doesn't get into my bag because I had dropped it. That would have been interesting to see everything in my bag, perhaps. But oh well. Your attributes, yeah, let's go for it. mwrynn, the samurai's attributes. Background: you were a Ryoshu, a level 15 male human samurai. You were lawful on a mission for Amaterasu Omikami. You were opposed by Raijin, neutral, and Susanoo, chaotic. You were in the quest on level 6. You entered the dungeon 37,809 turns ago. It was nighttime. You had 197,361 experience points. 122,639 more were needed to attain level 16. You had 0 out of 133 hit points. You had all 62 energy points. Armor class -15. Your wallet contained 18,000 Zork mids. Auto pickup off. Their final characteristics, their strength was 25, base 18, 14, innate limit 1800, dexterity 18, constitution 18, intelligence 12, wisdom 13, charisma 13. You were unencumbered, you were wielding a bow. You were piously aligned, magic protected, fire resist. This is the stuff we showed in the Google Doc before, basically. Cold resistant, sleep resistant, disintegration resistant, poison resistant, invisible, telepathic, invisible to others, displaced, stealthy. You caused conflict. You had teleport control, moderate defense bonus +9, warded, very fast, reflection, extremely lucky. Yeah, right. Extra luck. Bad luck did not time out for you. Good luck did not time out. You were dead a second time. Yeah, because they had that amulet of life saving that got burnt out when the ogre with the wand of death zapped me with it. It's too bad because if I had still had it at this point, well, it's quite possible. Well, I think I would have had it on. Yeah, I was thinking in my head. You know, I had amulet of reflection. I'd have to juggle those two appropriately. I think for this boss, I definitely would have put on the amulet of life saving, even if I would temporarily be out of reflection. That would have been totally worth it. But alas, I didn't have it. As Stu said, on the bright side, you didn't need the Tsurugi anyway. Yeah, right. Account of the creatures vanquished. All right, this is fun to check out just because it's kind of fun. I don't know. You see all this giant list of everything you've killed. And let's go for it. We've killed Croesus, 3 gray dragons, 3 white dragons, 3 orange dragons, a black dragon, a yellow dragon, a hellhound, a baby gray dragon, a baby black dragon. It's kind of going, by the way, by like strongest to weakest. Baby yellow dragon, a vampire lord, an aligned priest. Did I kill that? I thought my pet killed that. Maybe it counts for me anyway. A clay golem, a nurse, a frost giant, 3 Ettins, a black pudding, a vampire, 4 lieutenants, 2 watch captains, 2 ghosts, 11 samurai, a winged gargoyle, 3 giant mimics, a long worm, a Zruti, an ogre king. There's 8 pages of this. 10 ice trolls, 4 rock trolls, an umber hulk, a flesh golem. A flesh golem is basically a Frankenstein's monster, by the way. An elven king, 2 large mimics, a baby purple worm, 33 stalkers, 2 fire elementals, 2 earth elementals, 2 water elementals, a hill giant, a giant zombie, an elf lord, 10 sergeants, a warg, 3 winter wolves, 13 small mimics, 3 glass piercers, 2 war horses, a partridge in a pear tree, no, 2 zans, an ogre lord, 8 quantum mechanics, 18 trolls. That's because they kept coming up, and same thing with the ice trolls. The same ones would like get up again, and I had to kill them repeatedly until they stopped respawning. A Sasquatch, a genie, 5 gelatinous cubes, a pyrolisk, 6 large dogs, 2 freezing spheres, 5 flaming spheres, 6 shocking spheres, a large cat, 5 gargoyles, a dwarf king, 3 tengu, 3 ochre jellies, 2 leocratas, an energy vortex, 6 mountain centaurs, 3 stone giants, 3 elf mummies, 4 human mummies, 3 red nagas, 3 pythons, a cobra, 5 wraiths, 2 carnivorous apes, 2 Ettin zombies, a leather golem, 2 gray elf, 75 soldiers, 3 watchmen, a succubus, an incubus, 3 chameleons, 2 crocodiles, 8 giant beetles. I'm going to keep reading it all. I don't care. 3 quivering blobs, 4 cockatrices, 78 wolves, 9 winter wolf cubs, 4 lynxes, a panther, 2 gremlins, 2 spotted jelly, 7 leprechauns, 3 orc captains, an iron piercer, a mumek, 6 giant spiders, 3 ice vortices, a baby longworm, 3 black light, 3 forest centaurs, 7 gnome kings, 2 orc mummies, 3 ogres, 3 brown puddings, a rust monster, 2 owl bears, 3 yetis, a werewolf, 5 green elves, 4 giant eels, 8 lizards, 16 ninja. Hey, at least I killed a lot more of them than they killed of me. 7 chickatrices, 4 dingoes, 2 dogs, 5 house cats, 3 jaguars, 5 dwarf lords, 4 blue jellies, 2 white unicorns, 2 gray unicorns, 2 black unicorns. It's interesting when you see the kind of symmetry of different types of the same kind of thing. 2 dust vortices, 7 ravens, a plain centaur, 4 gnome mummies, 4 snakes, 3 apes, 2 human zombies, a rope golem, 7 woodland elves, 6 soldier ants, 4 fire ants, 26 bugbears, 4 imps, 3 quasits, 4 wood nymphs, 3 water nymphs, 3 mountain nymphs, 21 Mordor orcs, 16 Uruk-hai, 4 orc shamans, 8 rock piercers, 6 rock moles, 5 ponies, 5 fog clouds, 6 yellow lights, 6 shriekers, 3 violet fungi, 26 gnome lords, 9 gnomish wizards, 5 kobold mummies, 2 red naga hatchlings, 3 guardian naga hatchlings, 3 gray oozes, 2 barrow whites, 13 elf zombies, 2 ghouls, 5 straw golems, 5 paper golems, 10 giant ants, 3 little dogs, 13 floating eyes, 5 kittens. Oh, I killed 5 kittens. How horrible. 19 dwarves, 3 homunculi, 4 kobold lords, 3 kobold shamans, 30 hill orcs, 19 rothes or rose. I think they're pronounced rothes. 3 rabid rats, 2 centipedes, 3 giant bats, 4 monkeys, and 4 monkeys. An orc zombie, 9 dwarf zombies, 2 were-rats, 4 were-jackals, 12 iguanas, 16 killer bees, 7 acid blobs, 5 coyotes, 4 gas spores, 8 hobbits, 4 mains, a large kobold, 25 hobgoblins, 3 giant rats, 6 cave spiders, 2 brown moles, 3 yellow moles, 2 green moles, 2 red moles, 70 gnomes, and they were delicious. All those gnomes walking around in the gnomish mines. 25 garter snakes, 3 gnome zombies, 12 geckos, 9 jackals, 4 foxes, 4 kobolds, 12 goblins, 3 sewer rats, 14 grid bugs, 13 bats, 11 lichens, 5 kobold zombies, and the weakest creature in the game by this ranking, 14 newts, a grand total of 1,243 creatures vanquished. And Stu says, time for the chill part. Bomb, 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 bow. The bomb, chicka, bow kind of thing. I wonder if the bad samurai is going to take your wallet and go shopping, says Stu. Yeah, probably. Want to see the list of species you've genocided? Yep. Mind flayers, and that's it. Because F those mind flayers. Clearly, I should have genocided this guy, but you can't do that. But mind flayers would have caused problems if I had gotten to them. See your conduct, yes. Voluntary challenges. You have genocided one type of monster. You never polymorphed an object. You used 2 wishes. You did not wish for any artifacts. Do you want to see the dungeon overview? Sure. Here's the Dungeons of Doom level 1 to 14. I mean, this is not really much to say here. Level 2 had a store, general store, and altar to my god. Level 3 had a jeweler. It also dropped the artifact katana named Snickersnee on level 2. Level 4 had a general store and the entrance to the Gnomish Mines. 5 an armor shop. 7 pools for dilution. That's my name I gave it to the level. There was a grave there. Fountain on level 8. Oracle of Delphi. Stairs up to Sokoban, level 8 on level 9 here. I'm not going to finish reading. This is kind of boring, this part. Blah, blah, blah. Here's the quest given. Well, this is the part where I died, though. It's kind of slightly interesting to look at. The quest. You were here on level 6, final resting place for you. Killed by Ashikaga Takauji. I solved all the Sokoban levels, as you can see. And I beat Fort Ludios. Is there anything else to see? I guess not. Rest in peace, Mwrynn. 18,063 gold. Killed by Ashikaga Takauji. Sayonara, Mwrynn the Samurai. You died in the quest on dungeon level 6 with 245,334 points. And 18,063 pieces of gold after 37,809 moves. You were level 15 with a maximum of 133 hit points when you died. And that's it. Here's the top 10 list. This is played on my local machine where I just installed the game and I was only like testing something in these 2 characters. So essentially this is the only character who really played. That's a decent score though. Yeah, I did pretty well. Can't complain. And I gotta just be, I knew you had to be careful around that boss dude. It probably would have helped if I remembered how he worked with like all the teleporting around he does or whatever. He like disappears and reappears. Yeah, I should have had wands that I knew what they did probably. I knew the charges and everything. And yeah, if I still had those melee weapon enchantments like the +7 on Grey Swan, I probably would have done enough damage the times I did melee attack him that he might have been dead by this point, but woulda, coulda, shoulda, I guess. Yeah, I'll definitely revisit Nethack on this channel, but for now it's got to be put aside because I did 13 basically, well, not consecutive. I did interrupt it a couple times, like with the Commodore Christmas, but very close to 13 consecutive weeks of Nethack and chill during the retro gaming stream I do that I call Old Games on a Weekday. And also, a couple weeks I skipped, so it's something like, it's basically I spent an entire quarter of a year, I think, on this series essentially. About Anyway, that's cool though. That's how Nethack goes, and it was cool to do pretty well. I didn't expect to actually last this long initially. I mean, I thought that when I started just the whole Nethack and chill thing, I'd be going through like 3 or 4 characters, and maybe on the 5th or 6th character I would do somewhat well. So yeah, that's it. What am I gonna do next week? I don't know. We had some requests. I wrote a post on the channel, and go check that post, by the way, if you haven't seen it. I'll see if I can link it to you, or like, what do you want to see more of? It's my question that I asked. And I had one guy, Mr. Ryan, who's one of our regulars, super regulars. He requested more MAME, which I could totally do. I'm actually working on some improvements to my arcade cabinet that I used to play those Monday MAME streams on. First, I replaced the plexiglass, which isn't anything fantastic, but also kind of a work in progress is my I'm replacing the joysticks with joysticks that can toggle between 4 and 8-way, which is exciting to me. Might not be exciting to everyone, but that enables me to play games like Pac-Man very well, essentially. But here is the link to that post if anyone wants to click there and chime in for what they want to see more of. Somebody else said they wanted to see more Tunnels and Trolls content, but briefer videos, not necessarily streams. He wants like shorter ones, not like my mega epic marathons. So yeah, if you want to chime in the comments to that post I just linked to in the chat, feel free to do so. And Stu said, I think you maimed enough people, and then yeah, I killed over 1,000 enemies. But that's all for tonight, guys. It kind of works out amazingly timing wise for me personally tonight. I guess I don't have to pull myself away from the game. I wanted to wrap it up by like around this time, maybe 10:30 or 11, and it is like 11 now. So yeah, that's all, guys. Thanks for joining as always, and we'll see what I do next week. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's it. So thanks Stu, thanks Eric, thanks Andy, and thanks whoever else is watching or is watching the archived video after the fact. Make sure you like if you liked watching me moan in pain as I died. You don't get to capture those real moments too often, I don't think, where I'm really like, oh no. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I'll see you around next time. Stu's drinking my sweet tears. Yeah, I mean, normally the games I play on this stream are, if you do die, if it's a long-running game that's going to take 13 streams to more than 13 to complete, they usually don't have permadeath, right? Like if I was playing, say, Ultima 4 and I died, sure, it would suck, but I'd be back at Lord British Resurrected. By the way, that's something I still have to resume. I never finished my Ultima 4 game. But I'll definitely resume that. I don't know when, maybe in the next couple of months or so. I kind of like the idea of getting back to my more standard way of doing the old game stream. Like maybe, have a stream where I play a bunch of NES games and just randomly, flip through them. And so what does Stu say? He says, when I was in college, this guy's level 40 wizard died in a mud and he killed himself in real life. Oh, he told me that before. That's just nuts. So don't take this too hard. That's sad, but wow. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't want to say that, boy, that guy was ridiculous, but he obviously had mental health issues, but whew. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, that's insane. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not gonna do that for sure. It's kind of crazy. A game could play. I'm talking about the mud now. A game would even be designed such that you could die after playing what I assume is like thousands of hours or something like that. Anyway, yeah, that's all, guys. I'll see you guys next time. I'll probably do a Saturday stream as well, by the way. I still have my in progress Dracula playthrough. So, well, I didn't put in 1,000 hours. I put in like 20 or so, 25 maybe. It is kind of crazy. That heck is cruel. That heck is cruel, but I love it. I'll come back to it for sure. I just don't know when. All right, let me stop babbling. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Bye.